Alright, yeah, and welcome back to some more Rimworld Beta 18. So, we've changed up all of our character names a little bit to be more thematically appropriate. We've got Alucard, of course, from Castlevania. Townsend is now Vlad the Impaler. And AJ is Bon Jovi from, I believe he was in a vampire film, so there you go. And I've named one as well, Leslie, after Leslie Nielsen from Dracula Dead and Loving It. Because I love that film, and I don't care what any of you think about that. I love that film. It's great. Anyway, what are we doing today? Well, we are finishing off the last little bit of our stockpile, and then I'm going to see how the roof gets built. We might need to put a support in the middle, but I don't think we will. I think this is just about the right width to allow a roof to go up, but we'll see how they tackle it. We need to, of course, chop all of the trees down in and around the area as well. So if we go orders and chop wood, I'm just going to get like a 2x2 order around there to get rid of any trees. So any blocking the doors or any inside here, we'll chop those down and allow for decent maneuverability. Leslie has now blocked that down, so we need to turn on that cooler, which is going to require us to get the other wind turbine going, because I do believe that one is occasionally not going to be enough to run both coolers, because these do occasionally go to like 0 strength, so want to avoid that as best possible. And 2 wind turbines helps with that, actually, so they're not actually building the roof, which has me worried. We'll see. We'll see how that ends up going. Leslie is our constructor, so see what he ends up doing. Is he actually... Yeah, it looks like this build roof area. If I set it like that, are you going to go do it, or do I actually need to have... I think I need supports in there. So let's just get some... Oh no, there he goes. Wonderful. If he can make it all the way across, that means he can actually get the roof done. Wonderful. Which means that it's finally time for us to set up some zones. For now, I'm just going to do a big zone like this. It is going to be preferred, and it's going to take everything except for foods, corpses, and chunks. I think everything else can go in there. Yeah, I think that's fine. So we'll make that order, which means I can delete this stockpile. And then we're going to work on sorting out our food stockpile as well after that. But in order to move all of this stuff out, I think we need to also move the battery as well, which is going to mean that we need a power room. So let's set up a battery room, shall we? If I go into power and go to batteries, I want a 2-wide gap. In fact, let's do a plan. A 2-wide gap for our path. So we've pretty much got this building area here as our battery room, I think. Although the more I think about it, the more I feel like this is better suited as a production room location. Maybe we want it elsewhere. Let's think. I probably want the kill box in this area here. I want the batteries as far away from the kill box as possible, just so that if raiders are smart enough to attack my power sources, they won't go anywhere near it. If I've got this being 8x8, yeah, we've just got a small area here, so this is going to be our battery room then. Something small like this by the looks of things. It really is small. But we could go with the batteries, we could put them like that. I don't think we'd ever need more than 4 batteries. Currently don't need them at all, and this one can be the one that we move. So we want structures, walls. We want to make sure that this building is not made out of a flammable material. So we're going to go like that, and we're going to put a door in there. We could, actually, now that I think about it, we could actually do it sort of like that. Instead, that allows for an extra battery in the room. And we put the door here instead, essentially. So build a copy of that, and then I want to go into doors. And I actually want these doors to be not wood as well. For exactly the same reason. I don't want my walls to be that. So let's cancel that one. Unforbid that one. So we'll build one battery here, so that they're not adjacent, so in case of a fire they don't immediately burn into the other one. And we'll run power lines all the way around this here as well. So we've always got a connection from any point. We want to run the power line down and along here. We also want to run it down here as well. And connect it up in multiple locations. So that in the event of a wire getting destroyed, we don't lose our connection. So I want one there as well. And I think, as far as power lines are concerned, that should have every area covered with a contingency wire in case we get a short somewhere down the line or fire destroys it. So we got 120 sandstone. Should be able to finish off the sandstone with that. The steel is going to be a thing that we need, actually. So it's finally time to do a vein mine order. Where are you? I'm blind. You should be here, though. Because I did have you on. Oh no, I deselected you, didn't I? Because this allow tool thing was supposed to have it. Now then. Is there like a... It says a right click order. But I don't believe it. Could I maybe do... I don't actually know how to use this. So, for the time being, I'm just going to go like that. If anybody knows how to do a vein mine order with this, or if there is no vein mine order with this, I'd be curious if you'd let me know. Because there's no like shift or alt click or anything like that. I might also just be blind. It's always a possibility that I will never rule out. But I don't think so. Yeah, I'm not sure. It doesn't seem to be there. If it's not there, then I'll probably enable the vein mining mod again and get that sorted. Ooh. Unroofed area. It did seem like there might be an issue, so if we get that one there, we should be able to fill in that little bit of missing roof. But yeah, we were one tile too wide to get that completely finished, but I think the sandstone block here should be enough to get that roof built. Leslie, if you'd be so kind as to work on that, that'd be great. Now that we got 2 wind turbines up as well. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. It's 2 slots again. Alright, well. Might as well fill them in with sandstone walls. Just in case one goes down, then the rest of the roof doesn't collapse and destroy resources, things like that. Yeah, as I was saying, since we've actually got 2 wind turbines going at all times, I think it's finally time that everybody had a torch in their room, or a light. We'll put one in here. There. Probably move it eventually. But for now, that'll do just fine. Seems as though... Oh. I was going to say, it seems as though these 2 coolers are struggling. One wasn't actually doing its job. It's a good job I spotted that, because they were coming in and out of freezing constantly, so the meat would have degraded eventually. We don't actually get a buff for eating raw meat, I don't think, at the moment, because it's not raw cannibalism. So that's something to be aware of. Leslie's got wake up withdrawal. It's an issue. Won't doubt that. But yeah, 8 raw food needs to stop. We do have a fine meal order. Just check that this has got... Yeah, this has got meals enabled. Who is our cook and why are they not cooking? Vlad. You should be cooking. Instead you are butchering. Oh. Oh. Cook simple meals. We don't have any veg. Do vampires eat eggs? Is that meat enough? I don't think it is. I'm going to rule it out as a flavour win. You can only make simple meals out of meat. That is my rule. And just do a do until you have 4 order. Unpause at 1, I guess. That would explain a lot. Let's start getting simple meals cooked so we can stop getting that debuff, because Leslie, for a start, is going to be having a lot of issues with that wake up withdrawal. Does it actually have any health issues? It does. Yeah. He's going to be more tired, he's going to be slow moving. We've got to get the withdrawal though. He's got to break his way out of it. Once he's out though, should be the case that he won't ever go back to it again, because he is not... Yeah, he's not interested in taking drugs constantly. So that works out for us. Our steel is essentially ready now as well, so we should be able to input all of those power lines in, which would be real good. Leslie, on the other hand, though, is not in a good place. He's so good, though. I do remember now, actually, came with the wake-up addiction, because the upside was that we get a beast of a character like this. So it did seem worth the effort. It does, however, mean that we've got this for about a month of in-game time, if even more than that. So we've got to make sure that he's luxuriantly comfortable at all times, for example. Speaking of being luxuriantly comfortable, I want floors, and I'm not going to mess around with block flooring, I don't think. I'm just going to stick to wood, but these bedrooms should really have wood flooring in them. 400 wood is enough. We can manage that. I also eventually want to move our research bench and stonecutter's table out of here as well, so this room actually might end up being the stone cutting room. And temporarily research area as well, just because I want to get a table and chairs in there as well, so we can get rid of the 8 off the floor debuff. 8 without table, that's the one. Because we don't need that. Summer has begun, but winter is coming. Your food crops won't grow in the winter cold. Be sure to store several days worth of food now while you still can. Yeah. Gonna be an issue. Alright, well, 130 sandstone. I think we can manage this build. I kind of like the size of this room as it stands. Seems reasonable. We can have stone blocks in here and a stone chunk stockpile as well. So let me get that there and build a copy. And if you could get building that, I'd be most appreciative of that. Let's get those trees chopped down as well, because they are going to need to go eventually. Bulk goods trader has arrived. Awesome. Ooh, they're a big trader as well. They are tribes people, so they're not going to be able to sell us everything. But if we can get some questionable pemmican, that'd be great. I want meaty stuff. Alright, who is our warden? That would be Bon Jovi. Alright. Let's see. Actually a lot here. Let's sell the dead man's clothing. Don't need that, clearly, because we've already got ourselves clothed. As far as, wow, an 18,000 silver simple helmet. Oh boy. We don't need any of the clothing stuff, because we don't have tattered apparel. We do need a joy source though. Something I'm going to have to sort out eventually. I'm going to get rid of 298 of that wood. I think 1,000 is more than enough, honestly. So we'll sell some of that. We need the silver as well. I hope to be able to clear them out completely of that. As far as steel's concerned, we can get our own. We're not in any immediate danger. We only got one herbal med. I know there's some wild heal root up here though, so we'll probably get that ordered. I feel like any clothing that we make has to be made out of human leather. So, I mean, you've got to, right? You absolutely have to. It's got some decent resistances, interestingly enough. So I'm going to sell all of the other leathers. If we're making any material, it's going to be human leather, sofas and things like that. I just want this place to look like an absolute nightmare for people who don't live here. Any human meat? It's got some pemmican. We could take your pemmican. I'll take some of your pemmican. Let's take 50. Sure, why not? And get that to haul urgently. Somebody can move that inside, that'd be great. Thank you, Leslie. Leslie, you shouldn't be... I was going to say you shouldn't be idle. You're moving very slowly. But that's just Leslie. Leslie's not in a good place right now. Joy sauce. Let's sort that out. We just want, essentially, a temporary horseshoe pin. That'll do just fine. Keep people entertained. And let's see, minor break, yeah, low medicine. We want to do some harvesting on this. Is it all ready to go, actually? Should check that. Yeah, alright, so it's all ready to go. Let's select all the similar stuff and select harvest. Wonderful. A pirate merchant has arrived. Alright. The first one hasn't even left yet. Best make sure that we get the right person though. So, Bon Jovi. You're going to eventually want to deal with Satsuki. So we'll wait for you to turn up. We need a cleaning zone. Just noticed Alucard is cleaning dirt. I didn't think we'd get to that point actually. So let's set ourselves a new zone. Manage areas, new area. Rename area 2 to cleaning. And this is going to be any area that is currently indoors and a pathway, essentially. I like to clean our paths. So that's a path. This is eventually going to be indoors, so you might as well have it set. Let's have a 2 wide path around this entire area. Like so. And then one down here, along here. And 2 wide path down there. That'll be our cleaning zone. Ooh, also that bit there. And you know what? We're eventually going to expand here, so might as well set that up like that. Get that back bit done. We'll eventually road that off and stuff like that, so that is going to be the cleaning zone. There we go. If you're ever going to clean, you're going to clean inside that zone. Essentially what that says. We could buy a slave. Ooh. And not a terribly expensive one either. You are not a cannibal, so we cannot take you. And neither are you. I'm starting to feel like none of the people here are going to be cannibals, although it is a 15% chance that it occurs. We have nothing to sell you. I don't think we want boom rats. Medicine is tempting, though we've got 28 of it, so I think we're fine for now. It actually, the reason I wanted to harvest these heal roots because I thought we didn't have any left, but it's actually just because it hasn't been placed into the stockpile yet, which is interesting. So what I'm going to do then, if that is the case, I'm just going to get this to haul urgently and get these guys, all that, thank you, to empty out this area so that we can start moving in our fridge zone and get that sorted. And we should be doing this. I suppose we've actually set this power line order, and our main constructor is currently Leslie, who works at a cripplingly low speed. So for the time being, Bon Jovi, you're now going to be a #1 constructor. I know you're terrible, but you don't have to do anything of a quality standard. So that's just going to allow us to get some stuff done. It was kind of an oversight on my part, actually. I expected Leslie to be able to continue doing his job effectively, and that was just not the case at all. So let's get him to do that. And everybody's going to do the Haul Urgently order anyway first, for the most part. Except for Bon Jovi, we've set to a 2. Which is good. It means that we're getting all of our lights and stuff in. Woo! There we go. That's 1 light in. Keep it going, Bon Jovi. You do this. You got this. I believe. It says unroofed, but it's not technically unroofed. Just certain areas of it are. Actually, in the brackets it says that 2 tiles, I think, are unroofed. It just, anything else, though, doesn't register in that sense. Okay, so we have set that up. What I want to do is have ourselves a stockpile here. Ooh, actually, with the setup that we've got, I think the stockpile, in order to have the most efficient pathway, that should be important and take raw food, meat. Because it's important, it means I can put critically important stockpiles to the left and to the right. Actually, this one is going to have left and right. This one's going to be critically important, and it takes vegetarian. This one's going to be critically important, and this one takes meat. So they're going to focus on these 2 stockpiles first, then they're going to put them in this area here, and it means that our cook gets easy access, and then right in the middle we're going to have this stockpile here, and this stockpile is going to be critically important and take meals, so anybody who wants to go in here then has a quick access to get their meal and go eat on the table. As for the rest of the area, we're going to be just basically extending a normal stockpile of, I think, preferred. I guess we could have, yeah, let's just have preferred. We'll have meat in one specific location just as a nice area to just make efficient movements. We'll put this stockpile here and this stockpile here. Copy this, paste this. We may end up having some problems with spacing, but I think we'll be alright. I think this should work out just fine. So this meat should move over here, and if this fills up, then these get placed in. This one should go first, though, and hopefully we'll get that sorted. Any meals that go there are just fine. This should also take meals, and it does. Good. So we're always registering all of the meals that we're cooking, because the one thing that goes on most of all is if we get this to fill up, and this is the only place that takes meals, if there's no stockpile for them, they'll just keep building meals up pretty much constantly, so you'll end up going over the restraints that you've set up. Alright. I think we've got enough supplementary rice here. I don't really want to cheat our scenario any more than that, because we do really want to be primarily focusing on meat eating. So if we can get simple meals with just meat in, then that would be grand. So nobody's done the flooring, but I mean, we've got this job to do, which is our crafting room, and then we've got all of these power lines, so it's not a real surprise that we haven't managed to finish it off. And Leslie, of course, 15% the way there to getting over his addiction. He is going to be breaking in no time. He's in sleep time right now, and he's up, and that's not my fault. Just want to point that out, Leslie. Just want to point that out, that you are doing this to yourself, not me. It is 34 degrees, so we actually, in this particular scenario, probably want to think about getting coolers in our bedroom, but we're going to think about that in the next episode anyway, guys. We're going to leave it off right here. If you have enjoyed the content and you want to see more, then be sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that little bell icon right next to the subscription button, and that will give you notifications when I release new videos. I do hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.